Hi, welcome to the second video of my brand new YouTube channel where I talk about hypnotherapy, mostly about building confidence and building resilience with it. But on this occasion, I'm going to talk about busting the myths that there are and the misconceptions that there are around hypnotherapy, because I think that's really important to do moving forward because there are so many of them. So I'm Jessie Way. I'm a hypnotherapist. I operate out of Henley and and in surrounding areas for home visits and so on. So in the woods here today, I will try not to be distracted by other passers-by, and let's get cracking. So I'm going to share about what hypnotherapy is not, and also share about what it is. And if I don't cover something that you wonder about, then please write it in the comments, because somebody else might have the same question and I can answer it there for you. Or if you'd rather privately reach out to me, all of the links are below there for you to do that as well. So let's crack on. I've got a little cheat sheet which I'm going to refer to on occasion, but hopefully I will remember most of it. Probably won't, but we'll give it a go. So, commonly held belief: when you're under hypnosis, you're unconscious or you're blacked out. False. Absolutely not. You're in a hyper alert, very much awake state, not unconscious. Simple as that. You're asleep. No, you're not asleep. You're awake. You might fall asleep. You might fall asleep because you become in such a relaxed state, and this is one of the rare times when you're in that state that you fall asleep. But a hypnotherapist worth their salt will recognise the signs of that, prevent it from happening. If they can't prevent it from happening, they've got tried and tested techniques to wake you up from falling asleep without you even really realising what's happening, and carrying on with the therapy. So you are definitely awake, not asleep. Another belief is that hypnotherapy is done to you and that you've got no control of it at all. And that is absolutely false. Hypnotherapy is a collaborative talking therapy. So it's something that you and the hypnotherapist are working together on. There is no amount of making you cluck like a chicken or dance like Elvis Presley or share with me your PIN code or your deepest, darkest secrets that I could possibly get you to do unless you wanted to. And if you want to do those things, then fine, crack on, that's what we'll do. And I've got some other stage hypnotist friends who I can send you to who will have a brilliant time making you cluck like a chicken and dance like Elvis Presley. But chances are that's not why you came to me, and that is not what will end up happening. What will end up happening is that you will share what you need to share to help me to help you. Now, this goes to the other end of the spectrum too, because there are people who contact hypnotherapists wanting help and support to move past some kind of obstacle that they've got, but they're actually not ready to. And so as soon as the hypnotherapy starts to work, they start to resist it. And even in that space, you can't get them past it. Now, again, a hypnotherapist worth their salt will actually recognise all of that and work through the resistance with them. But sometimes it just can't happen. Not often, but it does happen. So even in a situation where somebody thinks they want to change their thoughts, their behaviours, their emotions, they're not ready. And hypnotherapy can't get them past that. That comes with rapport and other skill sets that many hypnotherapists have, and sometimes it just comes with time. What else? Gender doesn't matter, males or females. Level of intelligence doesn't matter about making it more suggestible or more effective. Age, there's an argument that later teen years are the most suggestible and influential. When I say influential, I mean for their benefit. I don't mean for anything else other than for helping them to achieve what they want. From about the age of 5 upwards, every age is hypnotizable. Everybody is suggestible at a different level. So a hypnotherapist will check on suggestibility, because not everybody will just go straight into hypnosis. For some people it will be a little bit of a longer process. There is a bit of a resistance there. But that's part of the process. What else? You're not going to lie. You are going to lie. I wasn't saying you're not going to lie under hypnosis. You can lie, just to support that idea that you'll share whatever you want to share. And if you don't want to share anything, and if you're asked a question you don't want to answer, you will lie. That's fine. I mean, not that that is fine, because obviously you'll tell the truth, which would be better. But sometimes it's appropriate, or it feels like the right thing to do, and you can lie. So you are, not at the mercy of the hypnotist. You're at the mercy of your own mind. You can't get stuck in hypnotherapy or hypnosis. If a fire alarm goes off, let's say a false fire alarm goes off during a session, you will absolutely open your eyes, come back to the room fully present, and evacuate the building with everybody else. There is no concern about that whatsoever. What might happen sometimes, which is sort of related but not really, is that at the end of a session you might have been so relaxed and your body might have just switched off so much and felt so wonderful that when you come back alert and fully present to the room, you might be sort of a little bit of tingling or numbness left over. And that's okay, because as soon as that is reported, or the therapist asks, which is what they should do, is check that your all normal healthy sensations have been restored to your mind and body, then it takes about 10 seconds to fix that. So that's the closest to being stuck in hypnosis, and that isn't even the same thing. What else? Just having a look. You're not helpless. You're not at all helpless. Because you can't say or do anything you don't want to say or do, you won't go against your own ethics. You're in complete control, so there is no mind control or magic happening or anything like that. It's founded in science. I will do a video about the science behind it. But that's not for now. What else? You're not stuck in it. You're not asleep or unconscious. What else? It doesn't matter if you've never been hypnotised before. Obviously there was a first time. It's effective the first time. Oh, you have to be relaxed. No, not necessarily. So if you think about athletes or performers or of any kind who are about to perform their sport or their craft, they need to really be in the zone. Like, the last thing they need to be is relaxed. They really need to be in the zone. So you don't have to be relaxed, and there could be a hypnotherapist on hand helping them as they're about to get onto a horse that they're terrified to do, but they have to for the scene in the movie that they're about to film, or the game that they're about to play on a field means the entire world to them and their team, and they've got nerves about that, or need some other kind of support. They need to be in the zone, not relaxed, and that is what the hypnotherapists will be there to help them be. So you don't have to be relaxed. Typically, if you're coming to see me, you probably will find yourself quite relaxed, because I'm not somebody who works on the side of sports stadiums. I have, but that's not what I do really. And equally, even if you are seeking something that is less performative and more about reducing anxiety or building confidence or something like that, that does require a kind of traditional relaxed state, that state can even be found in Piccadilly Circus. I mean, you could just be sat on one of the lions in Trafalgar Square. You're still allowed to sit on those. I don't know if you're allowed to sit on them, but you get the point. And while the world goes on around you, and get into a wonderful state of relaxation and hypnosis, and have work done if that's where it needs to happen. And I think of trauma work as well, because there is a whole field, which I am nowhere near involved with at all, of people who deal with medical trauma, so roadside accidents or anything like that. And again, that's even under that scenario, you can still find a hypnotic state. What else? I think that's it really, isn't it? I think that covers kind of the gamut. So it's not sleep, it's not loss of consciousness, you can't get stuck, you don't have to be relaxed, you won't reveal all your secrets, it doesn't matter what gender you are, what age you are. I think that's it really. If you do think of anything else that I didn't address, do let me know. What it is a really incredible tool that reaches a part of your brain that allows you to reframe your thoughts, your behaviours, your emotions, quite simply, so that what was autopilot now no longer is. So what used to be reaching for a cigarette the minute that you got into a car, for instance, or the minute that you pick up a drink, or what used to be going straight in for the kill in an argument, and rising up to aggression, or what used to be whatever it used to be, finding an anxious state in a situation, now is not that. Now it's a healthier response to those triggers and to those stimuli, and they're responses that you've chosen. that you want that work better for you now versus what was working for you before that now no longer serves you. And that's the most basic way that I can describe it. It doesn't feel like anything's happened to you. It's not like you've just been gone to sleep, woken up a different person. It's a very subtle process, and sometimes you don't even realise it's happening until you don't pick up the cigarette, or until you don't reach for the fizzy drink and you get the cup of water instead. Whatever it might be. So I hope that's helped. There'll be more videos, I'm sure, and they'll be a little bit more polished possibly over time. Hopefully you'll forgive the rustic nature of these. And again, any questions, don't hesitate to ask, to reach out. I have a banner on my YouTube. I think you can only see it on the desktop though. I'm not really au fait with this kind of thing. That says nothing to fear and everything to gain, and that is true about hypnotherapy. It's also true about reaching out to me. So anything that you would like to ask me or need to ask me, please don't be afraid to do so. All right, well, I hope you've enjoyed, and until next time, take care.